I knew Karen was about to deliver. Olympic-level stupidity the moment she sprinted across my newly restored 150-year-old cabin estate yelling, "Stop right there, that's my son's inheritance." Like she was the final boss of delusion because nobody yells. Ownership claims at sunrise unless they're planning to embarrass themselves publicly, and it all started the day I finally finished, restoring the estate after months of sanding ancient beams, fitting antique stone, and reviving the long-dead homestead into a living piece of history. And I was standing on the porch, enjoying quiet mountain air when Karen and her overgrown man-child of a son came stomping up the hill like they were reclaiming stolen treasure, and she immediately started shouting about how her family has owned this place for generations, which was wild because I'd just spent half a year researching the land records, and not a single scrap of paper had their name anywhere, but she didn't care. She pointed at my porch, my window, my chimney, claiming each one belonged to her son, because he was destined to inherit this land. And when I politely told her I bought the property legally, she exploded, calling the HOA, the sheriff, even the county historian like she was assembling an army. And the next morning she marched back with a camera, crew made of her confused relatives, waving a measuring tape like she was about to rebuild the estate by force, and she yelled that she would prove I stole it, but that's when I brought out the massive fireproof case holding the original historical documents, deeds, tax rolls, survey maps, and even an 1874 photograph of the original owners, my ancestors, standing right where Karen was throwing her tantrum. And the second her eyes hit the photo, her whole face collapsed like her brain was loading an error message, and her son slowly dropped his phone like he realized he'd been filming his own humiliation, and Karen mumbled, but my grandmother always said, and I said, your grandmother lied. And at that exact moment, the neighbor from down the ridge shouted, Karen, your family moved here in 1998, which basically finished her soul, and she walked backward down the path like a glitching NPC trying to exit a cutscene she wasn't programmed for, and she hasn't mentioned inheritance, history, or property ever again. But if you want more insane Karen meltdowns that end with volcanic-level karma, then hit that subscribe button.